Good morning and welcome back to Choker TV Modified. I got a call this morning. and I was told that El Chapo, the meat cleaver, had been reformed and was ready to be released. Now, if you didn't see my old video, it's an older video. I took a meat cleaver that was my father's meat cleaver. I don't know where he got it from. I don't know how long he had it. But I got it, and I said I wanted to get it redone, and I wanted to get it modified, and I wanted to make it look, I don't know, somewhat original and somewhat not original. So anyway, I got a call and they said it's ready. So guess what? That's where we're going to go. We're heading back up to NorthWestern Cutlery, and we about to find out how reformed El Chapo is. So hang tight and let's go. Made it. Let's get inside. Let's see how reformed El Chapo, the meat cleaver, is. Hang tight. Here we go. All right, here we go. We got Nick here. He's a little bit under the weather, but he's dedicated.
I'm actually excited to see your reaction, to be honest with you. Because it's like a lot changed, but not a lot changed.
Well, like I said, I want it to still be original. You know what I mean? So
yeah. As original as possible, but like just cleaned up.
Oh, yes.
To that.
Yes. That's all right. That's good.
That's what you wanted?
Yes. Because remember I kept saying about, hey, make it sharp, you know. Mm-hmm. This part right here, this is what I want to see that.
Yeah, so I hollow ground it because again, the pits are so deep that if you just did a very flat bevel,
okay,
you know, it would start to kind of show up around the edge right here. But I got a nice clean edge. You didn't see too many of the deep pits in the actual blade itself, and like it's sharp. It's like.
Oh, hold on, let's do that again. Hold on, let me. Oh yeah.
Like for a cleaver? That's amazing.
Oh yeah.
We kept the Maricopa, and then also I sealed it up top too. So now it's all sealed up.
Yeah, see that.
But also
what
because
is that in there?
the ferrule was loose. That's epoxy.
Okay.
So I poured epoxy down to kind of help stabilize this whole area. Again, if it is going to break, the pivot point is always going to be right here where all the most force goes into the cleaver.
Okay.
So glued it down. This kind of helps strengthen it a little bit, and because all the rod is right next to here, I was worried about that. So I just poured down a bunch of epoxy until it sealed itself up. So hopefully that won't let water get in. It'll help seal it a little bit, and then on top of it, you know, it'll get some strength to it.
This thing will never see water.
Hopefully you'll see some meat or something.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man.
At least one cookout.
Maybe one. This is like, to me, this is like art. It's like.
So it's all taken care of in terms of like the rust has been mitigated as much as possible. As much as everything's there, so it's waxed, it's coated. Run a little bit of, the handle itself is waxed too, but put a little mineral oil next time.
That feels good though.
Well, yeah, I sanded it for sure. I sanded it to 500. Oh, and I redid all the grooves too, all the individual grooves. I took a rasp and I went through all of them. So now it looks like old, but like cleaned up. Yeah. Like this was not there. I had to put all that in. This was like down here, but it just makes it look cleaned up in the sense that old, but kind of made it look that way. Gotta keep something. And took some of these out, but I mean, you gotta leave some of them, right? I mean, that's history.
So the question is, did you enjoy it? Did you really enjoy it? I know you did.
Well, especially with things like these, is that it takes time because you got to test and retest, and if you don't do it right the first time, you don't get a second chance at it. So, like I showed you that piece of wood, and I was drilling holes in the wood and then covering it all up, trying different types of methods to see what would cover it best. But yeah, it's just you got to test and test and test before you actually do it to it, because if you do it and you screw it up, you can't undo it.
That's it. Yeah.
And that's why these things are so hard and they take forever, because like you really got to over test, try a few things out, take small little samples, and then if it works, you move forward. So it's definitely a process for sure. I was actually worried about this because this was starting to flake out. I mean, as I was working on it, more started to kind of.
Well, I was kind of concerned because I was like, man, I hope we can keep that handle. Because to me, all this says something. You know what I mean? It's almost like with like weapons, like with the wood stock, it have like little imperfections in it, little markings. They're done for a reason, or they came by somehow, some way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like they do gold when you break a porcelain bowl in Japan. It's the gold. Make it seal together. The imperfections become its beauty. So yeah, all waxed, all taken care of, mitigated. I hope it sees at least one cookout. But yeah, the Maricopa is stayed too.
Maybe one.
All right, if you want to see my expression, I'm happy, very happy.
Yeah. Mineral oil is going to be your best friend.
Mineral oil.
Yep.
Hey, thank you.
Oh my God, man. My pleasure. Especially since it's a piece that meant a lot to you.
That's what I'm saying. It may just, it may get used, but
Maybe one use, have a big blowout like
barbecue,
and then put it behind glass. Yeah.
I was actually thinking about even making a sheath for that because of the blade being so sharp, or having,
a sheath or like a case for it or something like that.
Yeah. Leather one.
Don't do leather. Might be dangerous.
Really?
Different types of leather will rust carbon steels. So you really got to be careful with what type of leather that you use.
So more like, what do you call it, Kydex or something like that? Like
Kydex would be good because it's not leather at all. But if you are going to do leather, make sure that the person that's going to make it for you or where you buy it from understands that a carbon knife is going inside of it. So like veg tan leather, different types of finishes that they put on it will rust the actual knife itself. So just be really careful with leather.
Okay.
Because it can be reactive, especially to knives like this. And it's so old, there's not much left of it. So you got to keep on to as much as you can.
Well, I want to thank you, Nick.
Yeah, oh my God.
I really do.
My pleasure, Walter. Yeah.
All right, here we go. We got El Chapo, and he is reformed. He is reformed. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick, for the great work. I hope you guys enjoyed this real short video, but listen, you can take a lot from this. You take something old, make it look new, but keep it original. I mean, that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. Plus, I don't know how much I'm gonna be using this because I really like it the way it is and I don't want to mess it up. So, hey, until next time, as always, be blessed and not stressed. Until next video, later. See ya.